All right, thank you so much for that beautiful report, and I hope you're enjoying the show. If you're just joining us, it's still your weekend, and it's time for us to meet our second guest. Like I mentioned earlier, we have a fun topic, and we're talking about cybersecurity. And our second guest is a cybersecurity expert. Her name is Patricia Eromosele, and she's the founder CyberAstridia. She's also the president of Women in Cybersecurity Nigeria. Welcome to the show.
Thank you
It's
very
good
much.
to
I'm so
have you.
excited to be here.
Awesome. And you're looking
Yes.
lovely.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you.
So do you.
All right, so let's go straight into what we have today. What are the most important habits people should develop to stay safe online every day?
Ooh, okay, so before I get to that, I'm going to talk about how, physical security. We have our gates,
Mm-hmm.
we have our doors, our padlocks. You walk in, you see CCTV. Are you seeing how we have multiple steps to secure ourselves? You come into the house and people put their doors in the corner covered with a curtain so you don't even know where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
So, in terms of cybersecurity, I always tell people, especially right now, importantly, is multi factor authentication. This means that we go through a series of steps to secure our data online. We all have an identity online, companies have an identity online. We need to understand that it's our responsibility to secure our information and our data and our identity online. So the first one is, like I said, multi-factor authentication. The next one, very powerful, is passwords.
Mm-hmm.
We need to use strong passwords. Your password cannot be password. It can be your child's birthday. It cannot be your birthday. Please add some more
Cannot
things.
be your favorite food.
It cannot be your favorite food. Our passwords need to be better, stronger, capitalize things, use dot commas, things like that to make them
Hashtags and all that.
hashtags. At least make sure they're like 8 to 10 characters minimum. Yes, you have to try and do that, and then try and change your passwords as often as possible.
Right.
We always have this. Uh, where you've been using the same password for
Mhm,
all your
years, I know.
systems for
I
years.
know.
Please change your password per organization or where
Right.
they're being used.
Okay.
Very important. Another one that is strong and we need to take into cognizance is using a secure network.
Okay.
People think once you're at the airport, once you're even in your office and things like that, you need to be careful which network you use. So make sure they're secure because someone can have access to them and to your data and to your information. Um, you know, for companies, I'll say use a VPN. That might be very technical for people, but you know what? You can ask the question, what's a VPN? Use VPNs if you can.
Okay.
It's called virtual private network, so we can use that. And then update your applications.
Okay.
You've had this phone for 5 years. Please update it. Update your password. Update the applications on the phones, on your tablets, on your networks as well. So those are just a few things you can do to have good habits being online. Yeah.
Okay. So how can businesses ensure that all employees follow good cybersecurity practices?
Powerful, strong education and awareness. That is one of the things I'm very passionate about, education and awareness, because you can as well have the strong technical information, the network is strong and secure. But if the people using it do not
Not
have the
understand.
skills or do not understand, I think you're kind of wasting your time. And a lot of the cybersecurity attacks we have are social engineering attacks
Okay.
through, being able to get people's passwords because they're using their pets' names and stuff like that. So it's very important to do that.
So basically, offices should try to educate their employees, even as they're coming in, new
Yeah.
employees, the ones that have been
When
there
they've
for
been
a while.
onboarding
Yeah, they
those,
need to
and it
be
should be often. You
okay.
can just have a training once in 2 years and say, oh, we're going, because
Mm,
threat actors are evolving,
yeah,
so your trainings should, also evolve with what is going
yeah.
on as well.
And the digital landscape has come to stay, so we need to be up to
It's
date.
here, so we have to be up to date. The same way you manage your health, that's why cyber hygiene is very important. The
Mm,
same way you manage your health
mm.
is how you should manage your online space, right? Our data, information like that. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So, what skills or qualities do you think are most critical for someone to succeed in cybersecurity?
Ooh, yes. So cybersecurity, if you're coming from a very technical background,
Mm,
of course you need the technical skills. We do have people who have come in from computer science, information security, cybersecurity, application security, things like that. But now, because cybersecurity and cybercrime are merging, in my own opinion, there's a little bit of a
mhm,
fight about it.
mhm.
But the legal side is very important, because when we find the threat actors, we hand them over to the legal side.
Yeah.
Um, you need to understand the laws, the policies, the regulations.
Mm,
If you're in the technical side, you also need to understand the technical skills
yeah.
and stay abreast of what's happening. I will also say that you need to be able to think like a threat actor.
Interesting.
You need to, an investigator has to think
Yeah.
how
Mm,
the person who is attacking you will
yeah.
think and reason. And I think that is very important. You need to have very good communication skills. You should be able to communicate the information you found to anybody,
Yeah.
either in the legal space, your director, your colleagues, and as well. Most people in technical space they don't enjoy communication. You have to build those skills. You really do. Those are soft skills that are very important.
Okay, very interesting. All right. So, do you think anyone can learn cybersecurity, or is it better suited to certain types of people?
Okay, so just another area that
Mm,
a lot of little fights about as well.
mhm,
So I'm from a very technical background. And so it was easy for me to transition into full on cybersecurity. In as much as I say we've always been in cybersecurity, if you're a software developer, network engineer, somehow you are in cybersecurity. However, we have seen lately people from other areas
yeah.
coming into cybersecurity. I mean, maybe in legal, operational security, application security. Another huge one is education and awareness.
Mm,
Once you have that interest and you're ready to read and to study
yeah.
and be, go for internships, go for conferences and things like that,
Yeah.
you're able to transition. There are three areas I always talk about. One is education, going to school,
Yeah.
getting a degree. The other one is certifications.
Okay.
And the third one is like internships, boot camps, and things like that. And I always advise people try and have two of those.
Okay.
So if you have certifications and you go for internships and boot camps,
Mm,
you're improving your the ability for you to succeed.
yeah.
If you have the education, the formal education and certifications, that's also a
That's
booster.
good.
So just those three areas, if you can mix and match, that will be good. If you have all three, fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All
So
right. Thank you. So, what advice would you give someone just starting out in cybersecurity to build a successful career?
get a mentor. Because cybersecurity is huge, has so many domains. The domains are breaking down daily.
Mm,
Get a mentor. That worked for me.
okay.
A lot of people, and that's one of the things we do at Women in Cybersecurity to help you with the mentorship and things like that.
Mhm.
You have to put in the work. You have to read, you have to study. It changes, it's an evolving field. When you're sleeping, it's changing. So you have to read, you have to join groups where you know what's happening, especially within your area, within your domain.
Yeah.
Yes, I will also say, on a final note on that, is that know, find out what area interests you, and then try and get information in that area. Like I said, it's a huge field with many domains, and narrow it down, because if not, you will get overwhelmed. Right. So that's the advice I have
All
for that.
right, thank you so much. It's been fun having you on the show.
I enjoyed myself just having like a nice conversation.
Okay.
Hopefully we can get you into cybersecurity in some way.
Okay.
But at
That would be an
least
interesting
you're
idea.
securing your things online.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
all we
Yes.
want to hear.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank
I wish
you.
you all the best in your endeavors.
Thank you very much.
All right. And your weekend continues with Talking Movies, and Mariam Sule is standing by.